This is the morning after. We ended up spending the night here in the campsite. We wandered around, we checked out all the geothermal activity in the area here, which was super cool. We're going to go get breakfast over at the cabin, walk around a bit, stretch around a bit, see how his back feels. Fingers crossed it feels good and we'll be able to get back out on trail today. If not, we kind of take the day off again and just sort of figure things out. This hike is just fraught with little injuries, it seems, more so than other hikes, it feels like.
I went to like pick something up, and it's like as soon as that kind of weight kind of pulls my body forwards, it like zings pain through my whole back. That's like really bad. So tomorrow the plan is when we get up, I'll try to make another assessment, and if I'm having the same kind of pain, I think the plan will be we're going to take a bus to Reykjavik and kind of take a few days break, go and do like a road trip and try to just relax and hopefully it heals up. And then we'll kind of do a flip-flop, so we'll go to the bottom of the Laugavegur and then hike north until we make it back here again. I've always had continuous footsteps going one direction, and it feels less pure than just like starting in one point and going continually all the way through. And it's like really what I don't want to do. But this is the first time I've ever had to like stop from physical problems. And it kind of feels like my body's betraying itself, betraying me. Dude, we've made it from here all the way to here. All we've got left is from here down to Skogad here. Don't want to hurt myself.
No, I don't want you to hurt yourself either.
I'm kind of scared to pick up the backpack.
Yeah, it sucks. So that's it. We've established that we cannot hike out of Hervervelir. We did everything we kind of could. We gave Cheesy a full day of rest yesterday. So yeah, go hang out in the cabin and drink coffee, eat breakfast, and catch the bus from here about 12 o'clock. 6-hour bus ride to Reykjavik, and then, yeah, I think the plan is to spend a couple of nights in Reykjavik, rest up a bit, do laundry, figure out a rental car, go road trip for like 4 or 5 days, and then if his back's good enough, flip-flop. So start hiking from south to north, and we would finish here and take the same bus back to Reykjavik at the end of our trip and then fly almost immediately home. It's just a shame to have to kind of break up the hike in this way, but what can you do? What did the doctor say?
Yeah, so he thinks it's muscular. He gave me some anti-inflammatories and some muscle relaxers, and hopefully a couple days rest. It should be okay.
This guy got pretty good news from the doctor. So the plan now is to pick up a rental car and hit the road for about 4 or 5 days. But now, roll the montage.
And then, oh my god, some dude having fun in 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, we should definitely probably not be doing this in this car. But there was no sign. There was no sign.
Okay, no more filming. Time to pay attention.
saw the volcano in the distance, and it is going off, and it's going off massively. Insanely lucky. Aye. It's a bit nippy, but it's a pretty good waterfall, wouldn't you say? Back on trail. Our 5-day road trip around Iceland was insane. We managed to drive all the way around the ring road, stopping off and seeing a lot of what Iceland has to offer. You obviously see it from such a different perspective. Luckily, Cheesebeard's back is feeling a lot better. He does have some strong painkillers and muscle relaxants if things do get bad. We will hike here from Skogar up the Laugavega, which should probably take us about 2 days to land Mauna Laga. And when we get there, we've got a bunch of food waiting for us, probably like 5 days, 6 days worth of food, which is more than enough to get us to our end point on the trip, Havre. And so what that means is we will have hiked from the northwest of the country down to Havre, and then starting this morning from Skogar back to Havre, effectively connecting our footsteps and hiking across Iceland. The original plan was from Land Mauna Laga to hike up and over Vatnajökull, the largest glacier in Europe, but due to time constraints, we're not going to be able to do that. So we're cutting the hike short by about, I think it's about 150 miles. We both have pretty mixed feelings about it, but we came out to here to see what Iceland has to offer, and it's delivered. So I just crashed my drone. I'm incredibly sad right now. I was flying through this really beautiful gorge. I misjudged it and hit the side of the canyon. Drone tumbles, falls to the bottom of the canyon, and it's completely unrecoverable. It's in this super deep canyon, and it's just a rushing river. There's no way you can hike down and hike up. It's just not possible. So it's fucked, it's gone. I'm so sad, like I'm on the verge of tears right now. The loss of the drone is one thing, but it's the loss of footage that I'm really sad about. It's raining, my camera's getting wet, and we still have miles to do, so. Morning of August 22nd, we took the 6 days off or so for the road trip, so I'm not sure how many days this is out on trail. Yesterday, our first day back out on trail, was a pretty challenging one. The whole day was really beautiful yesterday. The scenery we were moving through was epic, Unfortunately, the weather was so bad that it was hard to stop, and we couldn't really pull out our cameras to shoot much video and photos. It was also very, very windy at certain points and quite cold. And then I lost the drone. So we rolled into the campsite yesterday around probably 6 p.m. Pretty wet and pretty cold. We had to take toilet paper and carefully dry our camera, and that mixed with condensation this morning means that stuff's like pretty damp. My sleeping bag's pretty damp. So not really an ideal start back out on the trail. I'm somewhat over the loss of the drone now. Of course, I'm still a little bit in mourning, but at the same time, we only have probably 7 days more of hiking, and I don't want that to ruin the rest of the trip for me.
Yeah, dude, today's gonna be pretty rough.
I checked the weather on my Garmin, and it said today's going to be off and on rain all day, and then tomorrow, Monday, is going to be really bad. You have moments of like, why am I out here? Like, why am I doing this? Interspersed with really good moments where you don't even question it. And a lot of yesterday was that kind of feeling like, why am I out here again? I could be at home in a warm apartment, but I'm not. Instead, I'm in a little tiny tent with terrible condensation and all my gear's wet, and I'm eating cold soaked ramen noodles. We have been super lucky this morning. We left camp and it was drizzling a little bit, but now we've been graced with sunshine. So we've been able to dry out our rain gear, and we've draped our tents across the top of our backpacks to try and help them dry out in the sun. It's amazing what a roller coaster these kind of trips can be. You can go 2 hours down the trail and the situation changes dramatically.
Dude, this is fucking terrifying. This looks so rickety.
If anyone ever asks you if you want to come hiking in Iceland, say yes, because this is incredible. Oh dude, this is gonna be so cold. So that's my setup for the evening. The warden in the cabin said it's going to be a very windy night tonight and possibly a chance of rain. I'm going to have a windier experience than Cheesebeard though, because he's got it pretty good. Last night was indeed very windy and it was awful. I didn't sleep barely at all, and then at 2 a.m. the wind and rain got really intense and savage and my tent collapsed on me. It didn't break, but the heavy winds pulled one of the stakes out of the ground, and it pulled this pole down on top of me. So with one hand I had to hold the pole up, and with the other hand I had to try and put the stake back in and lean out of the tent, and then get out of the tent and bang all the stakes further into the ground with a rock. And then of course I was trying to get back to sleep, and I was just constantly paranoid that it was going to happen again. So to say it wasn't a good night's sleep is a pretty big understatement. Can't take anything seriously with this guy. Super beautiful, but it's also very windy, and now it's starting to rain again. I think that's just how it's going to be for the rest of the day. We've got a hut coming up in a couple of miles where we're going to take a lunch break, and then we'll keep on pushing the final 5 or so miles to land Mount Alaga. There's a saying here that if you don't like the weather in Iceland, wait 15 minutes. Quite often, it's pretty good advice. Did not think that today we would be hiking in blue skies and white clouds and sunshine, but here we are. The 3 hours of sleep is definitely starting to catch up with me, but fortunately we have about a mile into land Mount Alaga and the end of the Laugavega. It's Iceland's most popular hiking trail. It doesn't compete with the Westfjords in my opinion. It's really good, but I personally prefer the big open valleys of the Westfjords. It's just more to my taste. We're going to pick up our boxes, spend the night in the campsite here, and then head out probably tomorrow morning. It feels good, just another 5 days or so on trail, and then this thing's done.